Hey guys, it's Erin, EW Wellness Solutions, and we're still at FAQ January. And something I'm asked often about, which is interesting because I thought it had kind of gone out of style, but I guess it totally hadn't, is what about clean eating? And to get us through it is Ryan Adams' version of Taylor Swift's version of Clean, 1989. And if I go too long, it's going to eventually segue into Taylor Swift's version of her own song. And I think this guy's Mandy Moore's ex-husband. Anyway, side note, clean eating is a very fuzzy term as far as I'm concerned. I've heard clean eating be everything from only things at Whole Foods to only organic food to anything I like. It's a very loosey-goosey term, especially when we talk about things like gluten-free cookies or junk food made with maple syrup. Now, if you take a bunch of clean ingredients and concoct junky food, is it clean? Another argument would be, well, clean's all in the ingredients. For example, non-processed food. So chicken that doesn't have any GMOs or hormones or anything funky. Okay, I can get behind that. That's cool. Well, the barbecue sauce is full of honey and there's a whole bunch on it. Is that clean? I'm not a big fan of that. So clean is a couple years old, first of all. Second of all, when it was the height of popularity, I remember seeing tons of cookbooks at the Barnes & Noble. I mean, there were, I don't even know how many at Barnes & Noble and Amazon in my house. I have a whole bunch of them. And what I thought was fascinating was everyone's different interpretation of clean. Now, paleo, for example, is pretty strict as far as what is paleo, what is not. Everyone gets into trouble with the portions and just overall calories, from what I can tell. While clean eating gets even worse because some people are telling me that Ben & Jerry's is clean because they don't have any hormones in the milk. But it's full of sugar and a bunch of other funky stuff that you don't need. So how is that clean? And is the ice cream that has less chemicals but is still junk food right next to it at the organic health food store, is that clean? Clean, just a really subjective term that I'm really glad is kind of going out of style, but it's still in style enough. People ask me about it. I mean, there are definitely some things that I do not eat. I will never eat. It had nothing to do with the clean eating fad. It has more to do with my own personal food aversions. The list is long. Hope you have a minute. I don't eat things with bones because they gross me out. I don't eat things with skin. Also grosses me out. Anything that's too gooey. So like ribs is kind of the trifecta of things I won't eat. Chicken wings, not touching it. A lot of other, anything that looks like it was alive, which is funny for someone that eats meat all the time. Like when they bring out the fish at the restaurant and they get all excited because they're going to fillet it in front of me, and I say, no, you can do that in the kitchen. I want it to look like just a little piece of 6-ounce white something. I don't need it to be that authentic. I just get really grossed out. So I could never actually like hunt and gather. I could gather. Yeah, I can gather. I could gather some nuts and berries. Hunting would have to be someone else. So as far as the clean eating question, it's a really fuzzy term. It's like cheating or something. It's just one of those things that I'm really glad is on its way out, but it's not completely on its way out because I still get asked about it on a pretty regular basis. So as far as my take on clean eating, it's a really slippery slope. So if you're planning on, quote unquote, cleaning up your diet, that's a different conversation. That I have some strong opinions on. You can look in my book, and or I can send you my food plan or whatever, because I'm very clear on what you shouldn't be eating. You know, processed food, sugar, anything in a bag, you know, anything with artificial sweetener in it, wheat, ... But even there are people that would say wheat is clean. I know. It's really just a problematic term. So let's hope it goes the way of a lot of mid-2010 things, such as, you know, Kardashians. Wait, they're never going anywhere. Let's just hope it goes away. I can't think of anything funny. I know. Even I can think of something funny. All right.